Hey guys, welcome back to our urban homestead. My name is Chelsea, and if you're new, I welcome you. So it is Sunday, and I thought I would bring you along as I make a nice classic Sunday dinner. Maybe it'll give you some inspiration, some old standbys, and some classic dishes, and a new twist on an old vegetable that nobody really cares for. But if you try it this way, they'll be gobbling it up. So I've got some potato slices, and then I just sprinkle it with some flour, a little salt and pepper on every layer. I'm just going to cube up some butter and kind of dot that along the top. And then just repeat that process until your pan is as full as you like it. This was the way my mom used to make scalloped potatoes. I think she learned it from Girl Scouts maybe, or my grandma. I don't know. One of those two. So just like that, and then I'm gonna fill up. Got some more slicing to do, and just repeat that process. So then to finish these, need to cover them with milk. And then cover them in foil and bake. I like to bake them at 350 just because I kind of put it in when I put the chicken in. And you cook them until the potatoes are tender and the sauce is thickened up. So now I'm going to make some bread. It's just April and I for dinner tonight. So that whole chicken is going to give us a couple meals, and hot turkey sandwiches are going to be one of them. And I also need bread for the week. So I'm making King Arthur's. It's just a basic bread recipe. I will post a link to that down below. So that's what we're doing. My yeast and everything has bloomed. And now I'm just going to knead this. All right, so the dough has risen. I'm gonna flatten it out into about an 8-inch rectangle, or whatever size pan you're using. I'm using my first Pampered Chef item. Thanks again, Tara. And then you do the jelly roll. Put it seam side down in your pan. And then you want to cover this loosely with a towel. And then you want to let this rise again until it has just slightly domed over the top of your loaf pan. Also, if any of you have a recommendation for how I can replace tinfoil when baking, drop it in the comments. I would love to know. I'm so annoyed. I just caught Big Mama in my garden. I just planted my Brussels sprout seedlings yesterday. guess what? They are gone. So now I'm going to have to buy some because I don't have enough time to restart that process all over again. Oh, good chickens, they said. So for the chicken, I'm just going pretty simple. I'm going to use my chicken dust. I do have a video on how you can make this yourself. I will post that in the description as well. Sometimes I like to, I'll, rub it with butter or stick some celery and onion or sometimes citrus. But I'm just kind of going simple. Yes, I'm seasoning it heavily because we like seasoned food around here. And I'm going to tuck these wings under. Just to kind of make it a little bit more stable. And I kind of like to push it down a little bit just to flatten it. Okay, bread has risen. Oh, it's beautiful. Into the oven this goes. For about 30-35 minutes. All right, guys, so for our other side dish tonight, we're gonna do some Parmesan roasted broccoli. To start with, I like to oven roast these for a little bit, and then I'll show you how to take these just over the top. They're so good when you do them this way. All right, so I'm gonna hit them with some salt and pepper. And then a little bit of oil of your choice. I'm gonna use some olive oil. And then pop these into the oven. You don't want to cook them all the way, you just want them a little soft. All right, so the potatoes are done. I did have a little bit of boil over in my oven, and I did add some cheese. Oh yeah. The sauce that's here, it will thicken as it cools, but you guys, these are so good. All right, so the broccoli was in the oven for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. So it's not all the way done, but it's just soft. And so what I'm gonna do is I take a mason jar and kind of flatten it out like that. And then what I'm gonna do is sprinkle some Parmesan cheese. This is real Parmesan cheese. I just continue to add it to a fake Parmesan cheese jar because I have a bunch of it in my freezer. If you have never tried broccoli this way, oh, you guys. It just takes it to a whole new level. All right. And, you know, be liberal with the Parmesan cheese. Don't be shy. This Parmesan cheese is going to get nice and crispy. And it is going to be delicious. So that's probably maybe half a cup of Parmesan. And then this is gonna go back into the oven. All right, so the bread is done. It didn't rise as much in the oven as I had hoped for, but hey, it's still gonna taste good. Can you hear the thump? You want your bread to sound hollow. So I'm gonna let this rest in the pan for about 5 to 10 minutes. Here's the supervisor. I always feel like somebody's watching me, supervisor. All right, the broccoli is done. Can you see how crispy, delicious? Oh, you guys, you have to try your broccoli this way. All right, let's dish up a plate. I already did cut up some of the chicken. Look at this bread, y'all. Yes. I cut up some of the chicken and sliced a piece of bread. And now I'm gonna dish up some of the broccoli and the potatoes. And you guys, this meal was so delicious. Look at those potatoes, you guys. Come on now. You know you want some. So dinner has been had. Everything is cleaned up. And this is where I leave you, my friends. So thank you for spending Sunday in my kitchen with me as I made a delicious, wonderful dinner. I truly do appreciate y'all. So until next time, from my kitchen to yours, abundance and blessings.